Do you want to live longer? Ask yourself, would you prefer to live longer? Don't stress out. Literally, don't stress out. Did you know that stress can take off about 2.8 years off your life expectancy? Easy step to live longer. What's going on, guys? Welcome aboard Life Launchpad, your go-to channel for practical advice and guidance to launch your dreams into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Stugina, today back with another video. If you didn't get it from that little snippet, today's video is about stress. Stress management. What is stress? How can you work with stress? And what are the impacts? And I want to talk about stress because stress is everybody faces stress. Everybody deals with stress. So you have to learn how to get around it, what it is, what it can actually impact you, and how it can impact you. So that's what I'm here for, you guys. And to get it started, I'm going to talk about what are some common reasons for stress. Everybody has stress. Everybody has different reasons for why they have stress. And it's important to identify and realize what some of these possible reasons for stress that you might be experiencing are. And the first one that, might be the most prevalent for a lot of people, especially in adults, younger adults, to actually all adults in general. I mean, it doesn't leave you, but finances. Finances can definitely be a major cause for stress. And this could be even a chronic stress thing. If you got to get your bills paid, boom, stress, finances. You want to get a promotion, you're not getting a promotion. You don't like your job sucks, you don't like your boss, you don't like what you're working, everything, big financial burdens, anything that's related to money can definitely cause stress for you. You have to pay for school, you have to pay off your student debts, you have to pay off your mortgage, different bills, maybe you had a medical bill that you had to pay. That can all cause stress, and that's all coming from the same idea of finances. Talking about the medical hospital bill, another thing is health. Health can definitely be another reason why you might be experiencing stress. You might be, going through some chronic illness or disease. You might have just had an injury, some sort of surgery. Somebody might have passed away. That's a serious reason for some stress. It's definitely makes sense why you would be going under this. So this is a healthy human reaction, and stress is common and it's happens in everybody. There's no way to avoid stress. There's just ways to manage it. The final reason that I want to talk about that you might be experiencing stress is just life. Life comes at you with a lot of stuff. So maybe you woke up, you're feeling a little groggy, you're having a great day, and then you're driving. Some guy cuts you off. You're stressed, now you're driving all stiff, stressed up. Different things in life can happen. Driving, you have a presentation at work, you have a lot of work to do. It compiles on you, and it's just one thing after the other, and it just gets worse, and then it just piles on top of you, and you feel you're having a terrible day. Everyone has bad days. Everyone has had those stressful days. It's just how you get through it and then going on to the next day. It's always about getting through it, getting to the next day. But one thing that you cannot underestimate is the power that stress has compounding on itself. Like the story, what I just mentioned, is you wake up and you're having a pretty bad day. You just woke up, you're not feeling it, and then something happens, you're running late for work, and you're stuck in traffic, some guy cuts you off, you meet somebody that's rude, and everything just adding on top, and you're full, you're done with it, you're done with the day, you just want to get past the day and that's it. Stress can compound, and what does this mean? What can this do to you? Leading me to the next point of what are the effects of stress? Effects of stress. First one I really want to talk about is your body. How can stress impact your body? Stress, a lot of people think of stress as an emotion, but obviously if you put so much emotion on your mind, it can definitely translate into the rest of your body. And the first thing is headaches. I used to have headaches a lot when I stressed a lot in late middle school when I was a teacher. I had migraines, but stress was a big reason why they happened again. It was if I had a big test or a lot of work to do, my mind just started paining. It was just pain. It was unfortunate. Glad I got past it, learned how to manage and deal with my stress, so that's probably a reason. You might have muscle tension, you might be just tense. What I said, when you get cut off, you might just be you might just be stiff, you might be tense. You might have muscle tension, you might have just pain in your muscles in general, you might just be having aching, all these different things that are happening to your body that come on from stress. It's very common. Fatigue, that's a big one. Sleep deprivation, that's a big one. Sleep deprivation is possibly, I'd say, one of the more inconvenient ones because, getting your night's rest will help you reduce your stress. And if you can't get that sleep, it's just adding on top. And that's something I will talk about later on in the video. Next thing is your mood. You know, stress, once you get stressed, you're acting different, you're talking different, you're in a whole different mindset. You don't want to look at things the same way. It's just like, you know how it happens. You might be having a great day, all happy, and then something happens and you're like, oh my God, you're upset, you're sad, and then you're just, your outlook towards the day is just totally flip-flopped, and you're just it just changes, and it makes it hard to socialize with people. You want, like, you're irritable when people say something, you're like, you snap back. You don't even want to socialize with them. You might get sad. You know, if it's major stress, you might even get like enter a stage of depression. Talk about how to reduce it. And then finally, behavior. I guess I touched on behavior a little bit with mood, but you might act differently. You might talk to your friends differently. You might snap back. You cut yourself off, more antisocial, little spaced out. You know, there's different things. You might overeat. You might undereat. You know, stress eating. You know, you've probably heard of stress eating. You know, you get stressed, you start, I don't know, you get upset, you start doing things. And, you know, another behavior is substances. A lot of people begin using substances when they're under stress. You know, people who say they smoke cigarettes because they're stressed. You're like, I'm stressed, I need to go smoke a cigarette. That's one thing, they start relying on it as a crutch. And, you know, it becomes sort of this dependability. Alcohol is a big one. I know people use alcohol a lot to cope with it. Any type of substance really could be used to cope with stress, which is not a healthy way to go with it. And I'll talk about some healthy ways later on. But you can see the way you act and stuff you do might change when you're experiencing stress. And one sub point that I really want to talk about is not letting these compound on each other. You know, if you're feeling stressed and you start drinking and you start, like, you know, smoking, weed, cigarettes, whatever, tobacco, anything, any sort of substance, and then you start realizing that you're getting relied on, you get stressed, and that's the first thing you want to do, that's when you become dependable on it. And now you're really breaking yourself down, and it's putting you in such a disadvantage in the future, because you know that to get rid of your stress, the one thing that you know that works is your substance or whatever you're using. So it's definitely important to reduce and try and limit as much as possible using substances to reduce stress. If totally possible, to get rid of it, don't even use it. Find healthy ways, and some of the healthy ways that I will have been mentioning. If you want more about habits and just, you know, good habits, getting rid of bad habits, I posted a video talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear the other day. So go check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll put, you know, just check it out. It's a good video. Definitely worth it if you're trying to get good habits. Finally, what do you do to fix your stress? You know, how do you improve on the stress? How do you reduce it? The first thing I would say is socializing. Socializing is a very key component in human nature. You know, we're social individuals, we're social creatures. And, you know, it's important to socialize with people. It's, you know, get your, like, talking, make sure that you're not by yourself. Obviously, there's some people that like it more, some people that like it less, but this way, when you're socializing with somebody, you're reducing stress. It's usually more of a pleasurable activity. And, you know, this could be friends, this could be family, co-workers, anybody you just want to talk to. The next thing, and probably this for any issue you're having, is this: fitness, physical activity. Physical activity has an endless list, unlimited list of benefits it has, and it does not stop at stress. Physical activity will take your mind off stress. It'll also improve your focus. You know, you get blood flowing to your brain, you got focus, you have energy. And then something I like is, at least my mom used to say when she was stressed, she's like, oh, I gotta go let some steam off. And then she would just go do some kickboxing. You know, physical activity is just good to get your mind off, has great health benefits. It's just overall a great thing to do. Definitely a great habit to reduce stress and get rid of it for some time. And then finally, I would consider this the most important, not necessarily the most effective, is getting and figuring out some sort of hobbies. You know, things that you enjoy doing, they take your mind off what's going on right now. This could be anything, you know. For me, my hobbies are going to the gym, which is good because it's physical fitness, going to the gym and to get some mind off stress. Reading, I love reading, that's a good one. But other ones would include painting, you know, music, video games, going for a walk, physical activity, I guess, watching a movie, so anything that you enjoy doing that you take your mind off stress. You know, all the better is to make them positive ones. You don't want to fall into negative, bad habits. but rather have good habits that reinforce you to keep doing good and working harder and just staying more productive. And you just want to incorporate these throughout the day. Make sure that you do something every day that would help you and allow you to be less stressed and just, have more pleasure in your time. So, and if I want you to if you take one thing away from this video, it is that I want you to leave time for yourself. In the end, you are all you have, and health is wealth. Stress can impact your health, impact your sleep, impact your life expectancy, as I said. You want to make sure that you can do and that you do whatever you can to reduce stress, increase your life expectancy, and overall just be a more positive and happy individual. And stress reduction is definitely key. Having hobbies, being healthy, doing the right thing will definitely help. With that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget the power to transform your lives within you. Don't stop learning, don't stop growing, and don't stop launching towards your dreams. I'm your host, Angel Savina, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.